Faith versus sight. So I might go back and forth a bunch of times. Talk about faith and sight. Faith brings peace. Faith pleases the Father. Faith brings joy. Faith brings obedience. Faith doesn't need to see things happening to know things are happening. Faith does not demand details. Faith wants to please God. Faith knows the blessing is on its way, which is hope. Hope expects or expecting. Faith will set you free. Now, when I say sight, also means thoughts, your thoughts. I think I'm a goner. I think I'm a loser. Or the opposite, pride. I'm the best person in the world. Or feelings. People go by their feelings, their goosebumps, or this person ain't for me because I feel as though, or this job is good for me because I feel like I go by their feelings and their thoughts. Or sight. It's easy to say, man, this is really going to look like something great is going to happen. And you're all excited. Then the whole thing falls apart. And then you're sick. Because Satan knows hope deferred makes the heart sick. So there's times when you think everything is going to turn around and everything's going to be hunky-dory and you get all excited. And you're building on sinking sand because it's living by sight. We don't get excited because of sight. We get excited by faith. By faith, sight brings torment. Like I said earlier, sight brings false hope. Living by sight brings fear. Living by sight brings doubt. Living by sight brings anxiety and worrying. Living by sight brings double-mindedness. Faith gets you healed. Faith gets you delivered. Faith, the Jericho walls come down. So when you're living by faith, you don't have to preserve yourself. You don't have to preserve your money. You don't have to hold back. You don't have to be an energy saver. You don't have to be an appliance Christian. You're walking by faith. You're not scared. You're moving. You're flying. You're calling God on His word. But when you're living by sight, you're scared to leave the house. When you're living by sight, nothing's ever going to work out. When you're living by sight, you're dependent on certain people to do certain things for you, forgetting it's God behind everything, doing everything. He's the source and He uses people, but He don't have to use the people that your brain thinks He's going to use. So when you sit there and psychoanalyze and try to figure out God, that's living by sight, going by your feelings. You have to feel. You have to feel. Isaac had to feel. Esau, really, it was Jacob tricking him. And when you start living by feelings, you go blind, just like Isaac. So are you living by faith? Or are you living by sight? When you're walking by sight, you're living in the flesh. The flesh brings death. Faith brings life. Death can mean all kinds of things. Yes, eternally death, but we're talking about suicide and depression. Drawing conclusions, you're living by sight. Because you are Sherlock Holmes. I'm going to give a word. You know who it's for. The Sherlock Holmes Christian. Or the Inspector Gadget. You always got to figure everything out. Always got to lean on your own understanding. That's another word. Sherlock Holmes or Inspector Gadget Christian. God gave us a brain to meditate on His word and to use it to apply his word and to use it when he sheds light. You have to think. Faith never loses. Faith gets the victory, no matter what it looks like. Faith goes at a giant with a rock. Really 5 rocks, but he only needed 1. Faith gets you delivered from the lion's den. So when you live by faith, you're encouraged. You believe in God. You take him on his word. You're expecting. When you're living by sight, you're like, ruh-roh. That's it. I'm a goner. I'm done. There's no hope. Unless you're living by sight, you have false hope. You think things are going to work out certain ways, and this person's going to do that, and that person this. You're going to get this job. You're going to get your husband because this happened. You're going to get your wife because that happened, and everything's going to be hunky-dory, but then your whole world just falls apart, and you're sick. Faith versus sight.